Good evening. My name is Greg Weather, and I'm here with fake news in quotation marks. Today we're taking on the Fourth Amendment, the only 227-year-old string of text that protects you from the government's peering eyes. The Fourth Amendment says the right of the people to be secure in their persons and their papers and their effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. I brought in a couple leading experts on a couple of cases that bring this text into the digital age. Here to tell us about the case Riley v. California, Oscar Mendez. Thank you for coming tonight. So I hear you know just a bit about this case. You think you could tell me and the audience a little bit about the case?
So pretty much this guy named David Riley, he was pulled over for expired tax.
Sounds like a reasonable pullover to me.
And once they asked for his license, the car had to get impounded because he had a suspended license.
That's pretty procedure.
So once the car was, before it got impounded, it's a cop policy?
Police policy?
Police policy to do an inventory check.
Mm-hmm.
So while they were doing that, they found illegal firearms in his car.
Ooh.
So he ended up getting arrested.
Ooh.
So once he got arrested, at that time he had his phone in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So then the police officer took out his phone and he seized his pretty much all the evidence they needed to plead guilty.
What did they find as evidence?
He was affiliated with a gang shooting.
They found a light on a cell phone?
Yeah. So this case got brought up to the Supreme Court, and they had an unanimous vote saying that if you do a search and seizure without a warrant, that's about digital content, it could be considered as unconstitutional.
God, without a warrant. This man had his life destroyed because of a traffic stop. Can you imagine? Anyway, thanks for coming in. I think we've heard all we need to hear. Thank you very much, Oscar. Up next, we're going to bring in Angel Espinoza. And we're back. Here with me to talk about the Supreme Court case U.S. v. Jones and how it applies to us in today's age, Angel Espinoza. Thank you for coming, Angel.
Thank you for having me.
What can you tell me about the case, Angel?
So, U.S. versus Jones. Antoine Jones was arrested on October 24, 2005 for drug possession after police attached a tracker to Jones' Jeep. The tracker was attached without judicial approval.
How long did they have this on there?
They had it for around 30 days.
30 days? Without a warrant? Are you
Without
saying
a
they
warrant.
tracked this guy's every move for 30 days and they didn't even have so much as a warrant?
Yep, no warrant.
That's crazy. Can you imagine if someone put a GPS on your car? That's an invasion of privacy at the very least. Shouldn't the Fourth Amendment protect against that?
Yes, so during this case, the Supreme Court held that the installation of the GPS tracker was unconstitutional and without judicial approval and without a warrant, the Fourth Amendment protected Antoine Jones.
I mean, the Founding Fathers never would have thought that we would have GPS, we'd have cell phones, we'd have ways to track people's every move and everything they do every moment of every day. Anyway, thanks for coming in. I think we really got some stuff done here today, you know? We tied in a 227-year-old amendment into today's age in ways that nobody would have ever thought could have been possible back when it was written. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you for having me.
And we're back. Here with me to talk about the Supreme Court case, Katz versus United States, Jose Tapia. What can you tell me about the case, Jose?
So Katz was allegedly illegally international gambling. So what the federal agents decided to do was put an eavesdropping device on the outside of a phone booth he was suspected of using.
Hold on a second. A phone booth? When did this take place? The 60s?
Actually, it took place in 1967.
Crazy. We don't see phone booths anymore. Go on.
So what ended up happening was they did in fact catch him through his conversations to illegally international gambling. So what they did was they convict him on that evidence, but he tried to get appealed by saying that evidence was impermissible.
Surely the appeals court knew what was up, right?
The appeals court actually said that the absence of physical intrusion into the phone booth itself was not necessary, so it didn't get thrown out.
So they're saying that I could just overhear anything in a phone booth and that's public record?
That's what they said.
Man, that sucks.
But the Supreme Court has said that physical intrusion into the area occupied was not necessary for the amendment to be enacted.
Well, that's what I'd say. I'd say the Fourth Amendment should protect you.
That's what they're trying to pull now in the digital age.
All right, so in the digital age, anything you say over the phone, that's private. The Fourth Amendment will protect you, what you say. So the Supreme Court said, without a warrant, anything you say over the phone is private?
Yes. But the appeals court went the opposite way.
Well, I'm glad we did eventually get it right. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching Fake News.